Hi students, once again welcome back to our class. Today I am going to explain about work done by a constant force. Work done by a constant force from the chapter Work, Power and Energy. Right. In the previous class already you learned about what is work and its special features. Right? But in this session, we are going to discuss about work done by a constant force and some problem based on this. Okay, right. First, what is meant by work? Or when the work is said to be done. Already you know that work means work is said to be done when a force acts on a body and the point of application of a force, it moves through a certain distance. Work is said to be done only when the force acts on a body and the point of application of a force, the body moves through a certain distance. Right. The work done by the force to displace the body through a distance of S is given by the formula W is equal to Fs cos theta. Okay, this is an expression for work done. Okay, work done by the force F to displace the body through a distance of S is given by W is equal to Fs cos theta. Here, F, the force acting on a body, S, the displacement of the body, and theta, angle between force and the displacement. Theta is angle between force and the displacement. So this is general expression for work done, right? And work done is a scalar quantity. Already you know that. Scalar quantity. Its SI unit is joule or Newton meter. The SI unit of work done is joule or Newton meter. And its a dimensional formula m L power 2 and T power minus 2. Work done, general expression W is equal to Fs cos theta, where F, the force acting on a body, and S, displacement of the body, and theta, angle between force and the displacement. And work done is a scalar quantity. Okay, but it can be written in vector form. The vector form of work done is W is equal to F vector dot S vector. Okay, dot product of work done is given by W is equal to F vector dot S vector. Because force and displacements are vector quantity, whereas work done is scalar quantity. So work done is a scalar, and its SI unit is a joule or Newton meter, and it's a dimensional formula m L power 2 and T power minus 2. Right. So this is for about work done. So in this session, we are going to discuss about work done by a constant force. Constant means not change. That is, if the magnitude and the direction of the force acting on a body should not be changed. Right. Work done by a constant force. Right. Suppose let us consider an object which is placed on the horizontal surface. There is an object which is kept or which is placed on the horizontal surface. Suppose the mass of the object is taken as m, and there is a constant force. Suppose F is acting on a body. Okay, acting on a body, or otherwise the force is acting like this. The constant force F is acting on a body like this. Suppose the force makes an angle of theta with the horizontal, right? So there is a constant force F which is acting on a body of mass m, which is kept on the horizontal surface. Here the force makes some angle with the horizontal, makes an angle of theta with the horizontal, right? We know that this force can be resolved into two components, right? One of the component is called horizontal and another component is vertical. That is horizontal component and vertical component. Right. The horizontal component makes an angle of theta with the given force. So this is cos component. The cos component of a force is F cos theta. F cos theta. And another component is vertical component. This vertical component is a sine component. So F sin theta. So here F is a given constant force which makes an angle of theta with the horizontal. For that, the force can be resolved into two components. One is horizontal component and another one is vertical component. The component which makes an angle of theta with the given force, then the component is called cos component. Cos component. The cos component of a force is F cos theta, and another component is a perpendicular component. The perpendicular component becomes a sine component. So it is F sin theta. Right. Here the vertical component F sin theta is perpendicular to the direction of motion of the body, so it does not do any work. That is, a perpendicular component does not do any work on the object. Only the horizontal component or cos component only does work on the object. Right. Okay, here F cos theta is a horizontal component of a force which is acts along the direction of motion of the body. It means under the influence of this force, the body moves from one position to another position. Actually, the parallel component or horizontal component of a force makes the object to move from one position to another position. But the vertical component or perpendicular component or a sine component does not do any work. Right. So therefore, work done by this force, that is work done by the parallel component of a force to move through a small distance of dr is given by dw is equal to F cos theta into dr. Okay, so F is a constant force. Actually, this force does not do any work. One of the component of this force does work. That component is F cos theta. F cos theta. But this perpendicular component does not do any work. So that is why a small work done by this component of force to move object through a small distance of dr is given by dw is equal to F cos theta into dr. F cos theta into dr. Right. Suppose the initial position of the object is Ri, that is before the constant force is acting on the body, its initial position is denoted by Ri. After applying this force, suppose the body displaced to this new position, suppose the new position or final position is denoted by Rf. Ri, initial position of the object before the force is applied. And after applying the constant force, the body displaces from this position to this position. And the final position of the object is denoted by Rf. Right. Now, we need to calculate the total work done by this force. Total work done by this force to displace the body from the initial position Ri to final position Rf. How can you calculate the total work done by this force to displace the body from this position to that position? Simple, by integrating this small work done. By integrating this small work done, okay, we can get the total work done by the force to displace the body from initial position to final position. Suppose the total work done is denoted by W, and which is equal to integration of dW. That is, by integrating a small work done, we can get the total work done by the force to displace the body from initial position Ri to Rf. So that is why the limit is taken from Ri to Rf. So this equation gives the total work done by the force, or W is equal to integration of a limit Ri to Rf. dW is equal to F cos theta into dr. dW is equal to F cos theta into dr. Right. In this equation, already I told force is a constant because the topic is work done by a constant force. So here force is constant. And what is theta? Angle between force and the direction of motion of the body. Force and the direction of motion of the body. Here the direction of motion of the body also does not change. So theta value remains constant. So in this equation, force and theta values are constant. Constant value we can't integrate, so take outside. So therefore W is equal to F cos theta into integration of limit Ri to Rf into dr. Because in this equation, the only variable is displacement, but the force and the theta values are constant. So constant values are take outside. So therefore this equation becomes W is equal to F cos theta into integration of lower limit Ri and upper limit Rf into dr. Right? We know that integration of dr is R. W is equal to F cos theta. The integration of dr is R limit Ri to Rf. Now substitute upper limit and lower limit F cos theta. First upper limit Rf minus lower limit Ri. So this is an expression for work done by a constant force. Work done by a constant force is given by W is equal to F cos theta into Rf minus Ri. F constant force or the magnitude of the force acting on the object, and theta the angle made by the force with the horizontal direction. Angle made by the force with the horizontal direction. And Rf the final position of the object and Ri initial position of the object. If you know these four values, we can calculate what is the total work done by the constant force acting on a body to displace the body from initial position to final position. Right. Okay. The work done by the constant force can also be calculated by graphical method. Graphical method. Right. Work done by a constant force or measurement of work done by a constant force by graphical method. Graphical method. That is, work done by a constant force can be represented by a graph. That is force displacement graph. Force displacement graph. Work done by a constant force. That is a graphical representation of work done by a constant force is like this. In this graph, the displacement, suppose R is taken along the x-axis, and one of the component of a force, that is F cos theta, should be taken along the y-axis. Y-axis, right? And the graphical representation of work done by a constant force is like this. That is, if the force acting on an object to displace the object from one position to another position remains constant means, then the nature of the graph which is drawn between force and the displacement is a straight line. Straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. Which is parallel to the x-axis. It means if any quantity which is taken along the y-axis in the given graph remains constant means, then the nature of the graph is definitely straight line, that is always parallel to the x-axis. Parallel to the x-axis, right? And this is initial position of the object, that is Ri. And this is final position of the object, that is Rf. How can you calculate the total work done by the constant force to displace the body from initial position to final position by using graphical method? Simple. By measuring the area under the force displacement graph, we can get the total work done by the force. Okay? From force displacement graph, by measuring the area under the curve, gives the total work done by the constant force. The total work done by the constant force. Here, in this diagram, the attained shape is a rectangle. We know that the area of the rectangle is length into breadth or length into height. If you know length value and height value, okay, we can calculate the area under this region or area of the rectangle. The area of the rectangle value gives work done by the constant force. Work done by the constant. So work done by the constant force can be measured by two ways. by using formula method, that is by using the formula W is equal to F cos theta into RF minus RI. Okay, if in the given problem, if the force value, theta value, final portion and initial portion values are given, means we can calculate the what is the total work done by using this relation. And also by using graphical method, we can measure the total work done by the constant of force. Okay, how? By measuring the area under the force displacement graph. The area under the force displacement graph gives the work done by the constant of force. Work done by the constant force. So this is graphical representation of work done by a constant of force. Understand? Right. Some problems are there. Some problems are given our book based on the work done by a constant of force. Let us see one by one. So first problem, example problem 4.2. Okay, question is, an object of mass 2 kg, falls from a height of 5 meter to the ground. Okay, an object of mass 2 kg falls from a height of 5 meter to the ground. What is the work done by the gravitational force? What is the work done by the gravitational force on the object? Right. Okay, neglect the air resistance. That is, air friction should be neglected in this question. And take acceleration due to gravity value is 10 meter second power minus 2 instead of 9.8. Actually, acceleration due to gravity near the surface of the earth value is 9.8 meter second power minus 2. Instead of that value, in this problem, just we take g is equal to 10 meter second power minus 2. Right. Okay, first we need to understand the question. Object of mass 2 kg, mass value is given. First you list out all the given values. Mass of the object is represented by m and that value is given, that is 2 kg. Right. And falls from a height of 5 meter. Okay. The height from which an object is dropped is 5 meter. Height of the object is taken as h. And what is the work done by the gravitational force? So we need to find out work done by the gravitational force. Right. So there is an object of mass m is equal to 2 kg, which is dropped from the height of 5 meter from the ground, and we need to calculate the work done by the gravitational force. Here, if any object is dropped from a certain height, there are two forces acting on this object. One is gravitational force and another one is frictional force. That is air frictional force. In this question, neglect air resistance. That is, air resistance value is negligible. So there is only one force acting on this object, that is a gravitational force. Here the gravitational force is F suffix g, which is acting downward direction. The gravitational force is always acting towards the earth, or it is always acting downward direction. Right. And due to this force, the object is moving downward direction. So the displacement of the body also downwards. Here the displacement of the body, suppose r, which is equal to the height from which an object is dropped. The displacement of the body is equal to the height from which an object is dropped. So r is taken as h. H value is given, that is 5 meter. And we know that the gravitational force is given by the formula F is equal to mg. M mass of the object and g acceleration due to gravity. Mass value also given, that is 2 kg, and acceleration due to gravity value also given, that is 10 meter second power minus 2. Right. Okay. Work done, general formula, work done by a constant of force. Here the gravitational force acting on the object is always constant. This gravitational force is always a constant throughout its motion. So work done by a constant of force is given by W is equal to F cos theta into RF minus RI. Okay, already we discussed work done by a constant of force is W is equal to F cos theta into RF minus RI. RF minus RI is nothing but R, which is equal to H. Already I explained. So this equation can also be written as W is equal to F cos theta into H. F cos theta into H. Right. Okay, here what is the theta? Angle between force and the displacement. Angle between force and the displacement. Here both the gravitational force and the displacements are acting downward direction. So the angle between force and the displacement is 0 degree. Because gravitational force and displacements are acting in the same direction, so theta value is 0 degree. Right. So theta value is 0. Therefore cos 0 is 1. Therefore W is equal to F into H. F into H. Right. And here the nature of the force acting on the object is gravitational force. So gravitational force F suffix G into H. Gravitational force is given by mg. So mg into H. W is equal to mg into H. Right. Therefore W is equal to m value, that is moles value, is 2 kg. Next G value is given, that is 10. And H value is 5 meter. Right. So W is equal to 2 into 10, 20, 20 into 5, 100. So unit of work done is joule. So work done by the gravitational force is 100 joule. That is, work done by the gravitational force is always positive. That value is 100 joule. So work done by the gravitational force is 100 joule. That value is always positive. Next problem. Example problem 4.3. An object of mass m equal to 1 kg. Object mass is 1 kg. Is sliding from top to bottom in the frictionless inclined plane. So this is inclined plane, okay, on which an object of mass 1 kg is sliding from top to bottom, right. The inclination angle theta is equal to 30 degree. The inclination angle of the given inclined plane is 30 degree. This is 30 degree inclination angle, right. And the length of the inclined plane, is 10 meter. That is 10 meter as shown in the figure, right. Calculate work done by a gravitational force, and the normal force on the object, right. If the object is placed on the frictionless inclined plane, there are two forces acting on it. One is gravitational force and another one is a normal force. Okay, due to earth pulling, gravitational force is acting on the object. And if the object is placed on the surface of the inclined plane, the surface exerts normal force on the object. So this is a normal force and this is a gravitational force. Gravitational force is acting downward and the normal force exerted by the surface on the object is acting along this direction. So there are two forces, normal force and gravitational force, right. Here in this diagram, the gravitational force can be resolved into two components. One is a horizontal component and another one is vertical component, right. Here this angle is theta, so this angle also theta. Here this component makes an angle of theta with this gravitational force, so this is cos component. So cos component is Fg cos theta. And another component is a sine component, so Fg sin theta. Okay, vector resolution, already you know that vector resolution. Here by resolving the gravitational force into two components, okay, one of the component makes an angle of theta with the given force, that should be cos component, so that is why it is taken as Fg cos theta. And another component is a sine component, so that is why it is taken as Fg sin theta, right. Here this cos component, that is perpendicular component, is perpendicular to the direction of motion of the body. Already I told, if any force which is acting on the object is perpendicular to the direction of motion of the body, it does not do any work. So Fg cos theta does not do any work on the object which is placed on the inclined plane or surface of the inclined plane. Okay. Here Fg sin theta, that is the sine component or a parallel component, does work on the object because this force acts along the direction of motion of the body, right. Gravitational force is resolved into two components, the Fg sin theta and Fg cos theta. Fg sin theta is acts in the direction of motion of the body, so it does work on the object. But Fg cos theta component is perpendicular to the direction of motion of the body, it does not do any work, right? So now, first we need to calculate work done by the gravitational force, work done by the gravitational force. Second, work done by the normal force. Work done by the normal force, already I told, there are two forces acting on this object. One is gravitational force and another one is normal force. So first, work done by the gravitational force. Work done by the gravitational force. Right. First, work done by a gravitational force. Work done by a gravitational force. Right. Work done by a gravitational force, suppose denoted by W suffix g. It is given by F suffix g dr into cos pi. Okay. Work done by a constant force. We know that work done by a constant force is given by W is equal to Fr into cos theta. Here for our convenience, work done by the gravitational force is taken as W suffix g. It is given by F suffix g dr into cos pi. Here dr is length of the inclined plane. Length of the inclined plane. Plane which is equal to 10 meter. Length of the plane is 10 meter. Right. And what is pi? Angle between force and the displacement. Angle between force and the displacement. Right. Here, which component of gravitational force makes the object to move on the surface of the inclined plane? That is a sine component. That is Fg sin theta. Fg sin theta. So, W suffix g is equal to, instead of F suffix g into sin theta. Okay. And dr is nothing but the length of the inclined plane, that is L, into cos pi. What is pi? Angle between force and the direction of motion of the body. Force and the direction of motion of the body. Here, angle between force, that is Fg sin theta, and the direction of motion of the body is 0 degree. Because the direction of motion of the body and Fg sin theta component is acting along the same direction. So, theta value is 0 degrees. Sorry, pi value is 0 degree. Pi, angle between force and the direction of motion of the body. But theta, inclination angle of the given inclined plane. Okay, so theta, inclination angle, whereas pi, angle between force and the direction of motion of the body. Here, the angle between force and the direction of motion of the body, that is pi value is 0 degree, but inclination angle theta value is 30 degree. Here, pi value is 0 degree, therefore cos pi or cos 0 degree is equal to 1. Cos 0 degree is 1. Therefore, work done by the gravitational force W suffix g is equal to Fg sin theta into L. Fg sin theta into L. Right. We know that the gravitational force is mg. So, mg into sin theta into L. Since gravitational force F suffix g is equal to mg. Right, mass value, the mass of the object which is placed on the surface of the inclined plane is, what is that? That is 1 kg. Mass value is 1 kg. And the acceleration due to gravity g value is 10 meter second power minus 10 into sine inclination angle is 30 degree. So, sine 30 degree into the length of the inclined plane is 10 meter. Length of the inclined plane is 10 meter. Right. So, 1 into 10, 10. Sine 30, 1 divided by 2 into 10. Right. So, 10 into 10, 100 divided by 2, 50. So, work done by the gravitational force is 50 joule. Work done by the gravitational force is 50 joule. Next, work done by the normal force. Work done by the normal force. Right. In this diagram, this is normal force. This normal force is exerted by the surface of the inclined plane, on the object. Right. Work done by the normal force is taken as W suffix n. which is equal to normal force into displacement dr into cos phi. Right? The given force is n and displacement is dr into cos phi. What is phi? Angle between normal force and the displacement. Angle between normal force and the displacement. Right? Here angle between normal force and the displacement is 90 degree because the direction of motion of the body is along the direction of the inclined plane, whereas the normal force is acting upward direction. The angle between direction of motion of the body and the normal force is 90 degree. So pi value is 90 degree. Therefore W suffix n is equal to n. Actually here the normal force is equal to Fg cos theta. This normal force is balanced by one of the component of a gravitational force, that is Fg cos theta. So that is why there is no motion or movement in the vertical direction. Here along the horizontal direction only one force, that is Fg sin theta component force alone acts on the object. So that is why the object moving in the forward direction. But this normal force exerted by the surface is balanced by this component, so there is no motion along the vertical direction. So normal force is equal to Fg cos theta. Fg cos theta. Cos theta into dr. Dr is nothing but the length of the inclined plane. So L into cos 90 degree. Angle between normal force and the displacement is 90 degree. Right? Cos 90 0. Therefore, work done by the normal force value also 0. Okay, if the force and the displacements are perpendicular to each other, the force does not do any work. So here normal force is perpendicular to the direction of motion of the body. So that is why the work done by the normal force is 0. But work done by the gravitational force is 50 joule. Work done by the gravitational force is 50 joule. Work done by the normal force is 0. Next example problem. 4.4. Right. Question. If an object of a mass 2 kg is thrown up from the ground, reaches a height of 5 meter. An object of mass 2 kg is thrown up from the ground and it reaches a height of 5 meter and falls back to the earth Neglect air resistance. Air resistance is negligible. Right. Okay. In this question, we need to calculate the work done by the gravity, I mean gravitational force, when the object reaches a 5 meter height. Okay, in the upward motion of the object, work done by the gravity, want to calculate. Right. Second, the work done by the gravity when the object comes back to the earth. Okay, work done by the gravity when the object comes back to the earth. During the downward motion, work done by the gravity also calculate. Next, see. Total work done by the gravity both in upward and downward motion. Total work done. So during the upward motion and downward motion, the gravity does work. Okay, from which we need to calculate the total work done by the gravity in both upward motion and also downward motion. Finally, and mention the physical significance of the result. Physical significance means importance. Okay, what is the importance of the result? Okay, we need to find out in this question. Right. Okay, are you clear about this question? If an object of mass 2 kg is thrown up from the ground, reaches the height of 5 meter and falls back to the earth, neglect air resistance. Calculate work done by the gravity during upward motion and downward motion and total work done by the gravity. Right. First, work done by the gravity when the object reaches 5 meter height, that is upward motion. Okay, suppose an object is thrown upward direction and reaches a height of 5 meter. Object mass is 2 kg. 2 kg. Right. First, work done by gravity in upward motion. Upward motion. Right. Actually, gravitational force is always acting downward direction. But if the object is thrown upward, the displacement of the object is upward direction. The displacement of the object is upward, whereas the gravitational force is downward. The angle between this force and the displacement is 180 degree. The angle between gravitational force and the direction of motion of the body is 180 degree during upward motion. Right? Work done by the constant force. Here gravitational force acting on the object when the object moving upward direction remains constant. The work done by the constant force formula already we know. W is equal to F R into cos theta or F dr cos theta. F dr cos theta. Right. Here what is theta? Angle between force and the displacement. Here given force is gravitational force. So F suffix G R into cos theta. During upward motion, angle between gravitational force and the displacement is 180 degree. 180 degree. Right. Or W is equal to gravitational force is equal to mg. Here the displacement is nothing but the height of the object, that is h, or is taken as h into cos theta value is 180 degree. So cos 180 degree. Right. Mass value is 2 kg and acceleration due to gravity value is suppose 10. Theta value is taken, g value is taken as 10 meter second power minus 2, and height of the object or height reached is 5 meter into cos 180. Cos 180 is minus 1. Cos 180 value is minus 1. Right. 2 into 10, 20. 20 into 5, 100. So into minus 1. So minus 100 joule. So work done by the gravitational force, if the object is moving upward direction, is always a negative. That value is 100. That is minus 100 joule. So work done by the gravity during upward motion is minus 100 joule. Upward motion is minus 100 joule. If the object is thrown upward, it moves upward direction and reaches the maximum height. Okay, then it returns back to the ground. Here during downward motion also the displacement value is the same, that is h is equal to 5 meter. In the downward motion the displacement is acting downward direction and the gravitational force also acting downward direction. So in this case theta value is 0 degree. Theta value is 0 degree. Here work done by the gravity in the downward motion is taken as W suffix down is equal to Fg or into cos theta. Fg or into cos theta. Here theta value is 0 degree because the displacement or direction of motion of the body and the gravitational force acting in the same direction, that is downward direction. So theta value is 0 degree. And R is nothing but height. And Fg is equal to mg. So F suffix g is equal to mg and R is nothing but h into cos 0 degree. Cos 0, 1. And mass value is 2 kg. And acceleration due to gravity is 10. And height value is 5. And cos 0 degree value is 1. Right? 2 into 10, 20. 20 into 5, 100. So plus 100 joule. So during upward motion and downward motion of the object, the gravitational force does work. So during upward motion, work done by the gravity is negative. During downward motion, the work done by the gravity is positive, that is plus 100 joule. Right? Finally, the total work done by the gravity in both upward and downward motion. Total work done. So total work done by the gravity during upward motion and downward motion is suppose W suffix total, which is equal to sum of work done by the gravity in upward motion plus work done by the gravity in downward motion. Okay, by adding these two values, that gives the total work done by the gravity during upward motion and downward motion. Right, work done by the gravity during upward motion is minus 100 joule. And work done by the same gravitational force during downward direction is plus 100 joule. So minus 100 plus 100, 0. So total work done by the gravity in the entire trip is 0. Right. From this it is clear that the gravity does not transfer any energy to the object. Okay, gravity does not transfer any energy to the object. So during upward motion, some energy is given to the object by some external agency, right? So the object moving upward direction. Okay, if you want to throw any object, we need to apply some energy to that object by some external agency, then only the object moving upward direction. Okay, after reaching the maximum height, then the object return back to the ground. When the object reaches the ground, the energy is completely transferred to the ground. The energy is completely transferred to the ground. So the total energy used is 0. Okay, so the gravitational force does not transfer any energy to the object. So this is a important, that means a physical significance in this problem. Next and final problem, 4.5. A weight lifter lifts a mass of 250 kg with a force of 5000 Newton to the height of 5 meter. Right. What is the work done by the weightlifter? What is the work done by the gravity? And what is the net work done on the object? We need to calculate. Right. Question: a weightlifter lifts a mass of 250 kg. Mass 250 kg with a force of 5000 Newton. With a force of 5000 Newton. Right, to the height of 5 meter. To the height of 5 meter. So from this question, we need to calculate work done by the weightlifter, work done by the gravity, and net work done on the object. Net work done on the object. Right. First, work done by the weightlifter. Work done by the weightlifter. Here, weightlifter applied a force of 5000 Newton on the object against the gravitational force. Against gravitational force. Right, the gravitational force is mg. Right, the force applied by the weightlifter on the object is 5000 Newton, and the gravitational force acting on the object is mg. Gravitational force acting on the object is mg. When the weightlifter lifts the object in upward direction, the direction of motion of the body and the force applied by the weightlifter on the body also in the same direction. So angle between force and the displacement is 0 degree. Okay. For this condition, work done by the weightlifter, the angle between the force that is applied by the weightlifter on the object and the direction of motion of the body is 0 degree. Theta value is 0 degree. And work done by the weightlifter is taken as W suffix weight, which is equal to force applied by the weightlifter, that is F, and displacement R into cos theta. Here the displacement is equal to the height, so R is taken as H. And theta is angle between force and the displacement. The angle between force and the displacement is 0 degree. So F into R instead of R, H into cos 0 degree. Cos 0, 1. Therefore, F into H. And the force applied by the weightlifter is 5000 Newton into height 5 meter. 5000 into 5, 25,000. So 25,000 joule in terms of a kilojoule, 25 kilojoule. So this is work done by the weightlifter. Work done by the weightlifter is 25 kilojoule. Right. Second, work done by the gravity. Work done by the gravity. Right. Work done by the gravity is taken as W suffix gravity, which is equal to gravitational force F suffix g into R into cos theta. Here gravitational force is acting downward direction. The direction of motion of the body is upward direction. So angle between gravitational force and the direction of motion of the body is 180 degree, because these two are in opposite direction. So theta value is 180 degree. Here theta value 180 degree. Right. Gravitational force is mg and R is nothing but height. So mgh into cos 180 degree. Right. Cos 180 is minus 1. Right. That is equal to mass value is 250 kg into g value is taken as 10 and h value is 5 into cos 180 value is minus 1. Right, 250 into 10, 2500 into 5 into minus 1. Right, 2500 into 5, 0, 0, 25, 10, 12 into minus 1, minus. So minus 12,500 joule in kilojoule minus 12.5 kilojoule. So this is work done by the gravity. Work done by the gravity is negative, that value is 12.5 kilojoule. Work done by the weightlifter is 25 kilojoule. Right. Last, what is the net work done on the object? Net work done on the object is equal to work done by the weightlifter plus work done by the gravity. Work done by the gravity. Right. Work done by the weightlifter is 25 kilojoule plus work done by the gravity is minus 12.5 kilojoule. Right. So 25 kilojoule minus 12.5 kilojoule, 12.5 kilojoule. So this is net work done by both weightlifter and gravity on the object is plus 12.5 kilojoule. So work done by the weightlifter is plus 25 kilojoule. That is work done by the weightlifter is positive. Next, work done by the gravity is negative. That value is 12.5 kilojoule. So total work done on the object by the gravity and weightlifter is 12.5 kilojoule. Thank you, students. We will see in the next class.